G'day, Josh here, back on the Chess Rush test server to bring you, this will be my final recorded video on the Chess Rush test server. That is quite the mouthful. This is going to be all about gameplay. So gameplay improvements when you're in a game, new game modes, and everything else related to gameplay. I've got myself a list here so I don't miss out on anything, and we're going to jump right in by looking at the various game modes. Now, of course, if you watch my overview video already, you will have known that duo modes have been added for Classic and Turbo, and we'll take a look at exactly what that looks like. We also have Treasure Arena as a brand new ranked mode. It only used to be casual, now it is ranked alongside Squad Clash and Chess Summit, of course, for any of the master ranked players in the game. It is worth noting in the codex that you do actually have updated Treasure Arena equipment. I went through this briefly in my generic Season 5 overview video, so make sure to check that out if you want a little bit more information on the new items. It's also worth noting in preparation that all gameplay now involves this featured hero system, that essentially you're drafting some heroes to use exclusively for your private pool among the many heroes that are available to all players in the shared pool. So that definitely has an impact on gameplay as well. That's across the board in all game modes. Once again, I did a specific video talking about the featured hero implementation in Chess Rush in Season 5. So make sure to go and check that out if you have any questions about it. Then we jump back in here. We also have a brand new casual mode called Turbo Awakening, and I'm going to jump into, actually no, we won't jump into gameplay there because it's, I'm just going to talk about this and we'll show off the duo gameplay. I'm going to show you adventure mode, but a Turbo Awakening I will just talk to real quick. So a Turbo Awakening is very similar in some regards to Treasure Arena, in that you have all of the Treasure Arena items, but you don't have the carousel. So you still have creep rounds, you still have the turbo economy and the extra XP in a regular turbo game. You still got the normal creeps, but you've got Treasure Arena items. You also have two exclusive items. One is called the Blacksmith's Tool, and it instantly upgrades any item that you have, any base level item. The other one is called Soul of Awakening, hence this being called Turbo Awakening, and it awakens a hero's second ability. And you know what? Now that I've said that, I realize I am going to have to jump into a game really quickly just to show you the fact that heroes have second abilities. Now, not every hero has a second ability, but many heroes do, and you will need the Soul of Awakening. It's already upgraded, you don't need to upgrade it. It will instantly unlock a hero's second ability. A good example of that is Head Reaper. I can't remember the exact amount of crystals, but when Head Reaper kills an enemy, that enemy will drop either 2, 3, or 4 crystals, I think, depending on Head Reaper's star rating, as opposed to what his other ability normally did. So let's grab a couple of these heroes and let's see if any of them have second ability. So Famine doesn't. We'll sell her off and we'll buy Steel Fist. I'm not sure if any of the one costs do. It doesn't look like any of the one cost heroes actually have a second ability. So we will just play out that round. Now, I'm curious to know, as I click on the wrong thing there, can we see whether they have second abilities here? I don't know. It doesn't look, well, okay, let's look for Head Reaper, because I know that Head Reaper has, okay, so it doesn't show the second ability in here, unfortunately. You do get the Treasure Reader item list. It doesn't show those two Turbo Awakening specific items either, unfortunately. Now, we have some 2 costs here, so let's go ahead and grab some of these. In fact, we'll grab them all. Do any of the 2 costs? Do any of these have a second ability? No, 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 and no. So it might actually be 3 cost heroes that have the abilities. We'll have to wait and see. But let's go ahead and just run some heroes out on the board, and we'll get to a slightly later phase in this game. Now, as I continue to talk about that, so regular creep rounds at rounds 1 and 2. When we get to round 6, something will change. And I was just going to talk about it, but now that we're actually playing it out, I will play through to round 6 as we get ourselves a short bow here. Let's go and pick that up. Did we already have one equipped to Lilith? we did. So we can actually upgrade that. Let's go ahead and grab the attack speed buff there. And I might actually switch it across to Siren. She does a fair bit of damage when equipped up now. No other,
there is no absolute
no 3-cost
right
heroes
wrong.
there. So Lancelot doesn't do additional damage either. We'll just go ahead and do that. Stick him out there. So we've got our upgraded Gale crossbow on Siren. Attack speed plus 40. Each attack increases attack speed by 10. Stacks up to 8 times. Now, when we get to the creeps at level 6, something interesting will happen. We'll talk about that then. So we've got all of our treasure arena items. We've got our blacksmith tool and our soul of awakening. And we've also got the awakened abilities of certain heroes. So I didn't do enough of a check the last game that I played, but my guess is that it may actually be 3 costs or above, or maybe it's just 4 and 5 costs. We'll have to hopefully find a 3 cost really soon, as we might as well select our featured heroes there as well. I hadn't done that yet. So there we go. There's our featured heroes. There is a 3 cost, and there is a 3 cost. So we get to have a look at 2 here. All right, so Night Owl does not, but Ground Smasher does. So his default ability, we know his default ability, smashes the ground to deal 400, 550, and 700 true damage to enemies within 2 squares. His awakened ability, and that one will lock, and it will just unlock this one when we use the Soul of Awakening item. When HP is below 30%, recovers an additional 300, 550, or 800 HP per second for 5 seconds. So what this item does is allow you to further customize exactly how your hero's abilities behave to better suit the sort of composition that you are going for. Now, while we're in this screen, I think it's worth noting, cooldown is 0 seconds. All heroes have lost the cooldowns. I actually failed to mention this in the overview video that I did, but all heroes no heroes have cooldowns anymore. It is all just mana. Now, some of the higher cost heroes, which I don't have access to just yet, will require more than 100 mana to generate their ability. But the very first time, let's say it's a hero that has 150 mana. Let's see if we have any I don't think we have the ability to grab 4 costs just yet. But let's say they required 150 mana. They would start off with 50. So the first time around, they always only need 100 mana. But then times after that, the amount of mana that they require to cast again will increase. But the fact that there's now no cooldowns is really, really exciting. So no second ability for Calamity. What about no second ability there either? I'm actually going to... Oh! I was too slow. I was going to take Lancelot off. We lost our 3 assassin combo. That's a little bit disappointing. I might just go ahead and upgrade there. Try and... Do we have a chance to find... We do now have a chance to find 4 costs. And we're going to have creeps next anyway, so we lose that one. But I will get that assassin combo back on the board. We'll take Lancelot off. Actually, we can leave him on now. We have the ability to run 6 heroes. And now we move into the creeps. Now you can see that this is a head-to-head format as well, like Treasure Arena. So there's Stinger. She's actually going to be even better.
3 assassins. Oh dear.
So we've got multiple positioning's horrible here, but we've got multiple assassins out on the board. And look at this. Big Bear has yellow power. Now I've seen red and blue. I haven't actually seen yellow yet. So there's at least 3, if not more, powers. The hero that kills the Big Bear will gain a buff permanently that boosts defense. The yellow power is HP regen speed plus 50, magic resist plus 25, and armor plus 50. So let's have a look what hero kills Big Bear. And you will know because that hero will get this yellow buff around them. Because it's an auto battler, you don't have much control over it, but it does sort of lock you in a little bit. So, we get a blacksmith tool there as well. We do. You can see it here. We now have. It's Lancelot. That's a little bit disappointing, actually. He's the one here I really didn't want to get it, but Lancelot now has yellow buff, which is really cool because it encourages you now to max out Lancelot because he has a buff that no one else has access to. You can see that yellow sphere around him. If we upgrade him, let's give him a short bow. Let's instantly upgrade that. We'll give him icicle bow. If we upgrade him to 2-star to 3-star, he still has that yellow buff. But if I sell him we lose the buff. No hero has the buff. So it really encourages you to be clever about the heroes that you have on the board during the creep rounds 6 and beyond. The first 2 don't have any buffs, but from 6 and beyond you have buffs every creep round, because that hero will keep that buff. You can see the Wolf Cavalier on the other side of the board there, and if you continue to use that hero, level it up, that buff can be super, super powerful. So that is Turbo Awakened. Really, really cool. If it was ranked, I would maybe primarily play it, but I will definitely experiment with it. But because it's not ranked, it won't get as much gameplay, but they need to test it in casual before it makes its way to ranked anyway. So that is the brand new Turbo Awakened. We're going to quickly take a look at Duo as well, which is a ranked mode. Let's jump back into the customization or the selecting of our screens here. We'll go classic. No, we'll go Turbo again. Why not? Duo. We're going to play Turbo Duo. Solo, that's just the way classic and Turbo are always played. But when you play Duo, you queue up with a partner. Great excuse to use your mentorship program, whether it's your master or your apprentice, to queue up with. I don't think it was called Master. I don't think, oh, we can't, oh, it was Master or Apprentice. So if you've got a Master or Apprentice, playing Duo is a great way to do that. Now this mode, similar to co-op in that you're playing with a partner and you both have your own health totals. It's not a combined health total like Squad Clash, but you do not share heroes. You do not share heroes. So you don't have to worry about that side of the strategy, but there's 2 other differences. When your partner dies, you have the ability to revive them 1 time. So that can be kind of useful. Let's go ahead and select our featured heroes there again. And the other thing is the way that the game works at the end. So if my partner, in this case is BMW, let's say the final 4 was me, BMW, Okalooz and Radcliffe. If my partner was 4th out and Okalooz and Radcliffe finished 2nd and 3rd and I finished 1st, it's the combined finishing positions and it's the 2 teammates that finished higher. So 2nd and 3rd is higher than 4th. Even though I finished 1st, 4th is lower than 2nd and 3rd. So Okalooz and Radcliffe would actually win and me and BMW would get 2nd in that match. So both of you need to do well, because it's the 2 people that finish the highest together that will actually win a duo game. That's worth noting as well, as we get ourselves a cheeky little upgrade there. And I can show off the revive possibly by queuing into a replay of a game that I've already played in Duo. Duo was the first mode that I tried out when I had access to the test server. So let's quit out as we see the new end screen once again there. And let's take a look at the recording, which is a new feature in Season 5 as well. You can go to your record and you can have a look at up to the last 10 games. So let's look at the replay of this Turbo Duo game, where although I was the last player alive, I thought I was going to finish 1st, I did end up getting 2nd because my bot teammates sucked and died really, really quickly, even with me reviving. Now, the way the revive works is it brings your teammate back to life with the heroes that they had, but only 1 HP. So they essentially get a 2nd chance. So you can see here, there's the order. I'm matched up with Bank TRP. Now let's skip through our rounds here, and you'll see the health totals begin to dip. And you'll notice that Bank, we're still on top. We have the highest accumulative or total health in terms of 60 plus 10 there. And I don't think I lose a single round. But Bank is losing health, and now he's down to 1. Now, I don't know if we'll get to see the revive in action in this or not. Let's just increase the speed a little bit here. We'll play it back at double speed. And we'll watch it from Bank's perspective. So we're still in the prep phase, but very soon we should be seeing... Yep, there we go. So we're seeing the battle begin. Not all those heroes have loaded in, so obviously we're on a test server. There's a little bit of a glitch here. But Bank loses and gets killed. And now if I skip forward to the next round... Okay, so it might have been the round before. He might have died this round at the end of this battle and I might have revived him. But you can see that Mito and Brianna, they're the team that ended up winning because they both survived longer than Bank. But let's see. You can see there's the prep phase, there's the battle phase. Let's see if it's this round where Bank ends up dying and then I get a little option that comes up that says revive teammate, and it returns them on 1 HP. Yeah, so Bank loses this, gets eliminated big time, killed, but then next round they're back on 1 HP. So that's really, really cool. As I pause this, the other thing, the other addition to gameplay is this chat screen here, which you can't actually see in replay mode. Interesting. All right, so let's jump back out here. Let's queue up into another mode again. It doesn't actually matter what mode this time around. So let's go ahead. We'll just go solo classic. That's fine. Let's hit play here. So I've talked about featured heroes. I've talked about the fact that cooldowns have been removed. In my overview video, I did show that tabs have been added to the overview screen. I'll touch on that here as well. We've looked at the new end of game animation screen. I do also want to talk about couple of other features. So the updated in-game chat and points of the brave as well. So let's get into this game. We should be able to show both of these things off very, very quickly. The updated chat is really, really nice. It has a chat history. It has a history of what has been happening in terms of items gained and heroes upgraded, and it is a filterable chat history as well. So it's really, really nice. So we'll go ahead and have a look at that there. So we can see we've got access to our emotes. We can close that. We have access to our voice prompts. We can close that. We can still enter text like normal. Just send that test in. And then there's our chat history. So as people, not when you purchase heroes, but when you upgrade heroes, you'll then have that happening here. So we'll play a couple of rounds to see that. You also, this is the overview screen. You can see that they're featured heroes. I haven't selected any yet, so let's go ahead and do that. Go ahead and select my featured hero set. We'll go ahead and do that. So now when I go back to the overview screen, I can see the featured heroes I've chosen, all the featured heroes my opponents have chosen. We can see the bench. No one has anything on the bench just yet. This is classic, of course, so no one has the crystals in round 1. But in a second, as we win that with Witch Doctors, which is pretty funny, let's now have a look at the bench, and I've now got Frost Lotus on my bench. We'll go ahead and, we have an upgrade here, so we'll now get to upgrade that, and we'll see that in our chat history. I upgraded, Julian upgraded Vanguard a 2-star, so that is really, really cool, but you can also turn that off. If I just want to see the chat stuff, no worries. If I just want to see lineup info, I can do that as well. Norris just upgraded Ice Tusk, so that is really, really interesting as well. And of course, so you got, that cool chat. You've got your cool overview tabs, which give you more information than what you used to have access to. And now, if I leave and we lose, I will lose points if I... Oh, no, this isn't a ranked game. Is it a ranked game? I think it is a ranked game, yes. So, because I'm bronze, I don't lose any points. But if I was... Oh, it might not actually show it at this low rating. I'm not sure if this is shot or not, but essentially, as we go through the end game animation, I finished in 8th. So let's now have a look at the overview board. Yeah, so there's this thing called Points of the Brave, and you earn Points of the Brave, I believe, when you lose games, and the worse you lose, the more points you will earn. And then once that maxes out, I think it's either 100 or 200 points, it guarantees you positive points next time you play. So no matter, once your Points of the Braves max out, no matter where you finish in the next game, you will earn rank XP as though it was a win. So it's rank protection. If you go on a bad losing streak, you will be guaranteed some positive rank points, which is really, really helpful for those that are having a stretch of bad luck. It's also worth noting that this screen here is filterable. You can filter, you can turn on and off player names, you can filter by value, filter by results, damage, or the rank in which they finished. That's really interesting as well. And I think with that actually, oh no, the one other thing, and I'm glad I checked my notes here, the one other thing I need to talk about is adventure mode. And I quickly touched on this in the featured hero system video. So once again, go check that out if you haven't already. But essentially what you need to do, and we'll look at chapter 2, we'll look at the first quest here. This is a puzzle you need to solve, and in doing so you earn these featured hero shards so you can unlock future featured heroes. So let's click start on Oasis 2-1. So this is chapter 2, puzzle 1. This is a player versus enemy. It's not a head-to-head. You're not playing any other humans. It's just a puzzle you're trying to solve, and you want a 3-star ideally, and 3-starring means doing all 3 of these things at once. So we need a win, we need to clear the stage in less than 20 seconds, and we need to kill Flamecaller in less than 10 seconds. So I really need to prioritize Flamecaller. Now I can have 4 heroes on the board. I definitely want a ranged hero and maybe the cyborg combination there as well. I could run warriors out on the board, but warriors themselves, the 3 warrior combo won't necessarily do a whole lot of damage. So I think I'll go the 2 ranged heroes. I might actually swap their positions around. I'm going to definitely upgrade the Sapphire on Miss Supersonic to get her firing her ability off as quickly as possible. And we will do that. I might just do the mana crystal there, and I'll give Wukong the longsword as he has a pretty fast attack speed. That positioning, I think I'm okay. I want to really get the Flamecaller as quickly as possible. Let's hit start battle and let's see what happens. Do we get a win? Do we clear the stage in 20 seconds? And do I kill Flamecaller in 10 seconds? So yeah, timer up here on the left. Flamecaller goes down. So I've got Flamecaller done in 10 seconds, but I'm not going to win the stage, I don't think. So this will, I think I'm going to lose this. So this combo, obviously, or the positioning or the items isn't going to work against this particular build. I got close there. I only got 1 star. So technically speaking, I have actually now finished this. Or maybe you have to win to get it to recognize the 1 star. Actually, that might be the case. But if I show off a much easier one, so chapter 1 puzzle or puzzle, or what was the other word I just used? Quest? Challenge? This one, win, keep at least 2 heroes alive and summon 2 healing totems. So you need at least 2 of these on the board. And I think the other thing I did was have 2 cyborgs.
2 cyborgs.
I think I had that, and then we had a sapphire on one of these. I think that was roughly what I did to pass this one with 3 stars. Let's have a look at what this does for us. Sometimes you need a little bit of luck as well, so you might have to run it back, do the same thing, but let's see how we go here. So we need to win, keep 2 heroes. So I need 2 healing totems to come up. If I win too quick, I won't get those healing totems, so I won't actually get that 3rd star. There's 1 healing totem as we have a little glitch here. Do I get the 2nd? I do get the 2nd. Did we get the win? So there's the 3 stars, and we passed chapter 1, quest 1 with flying colors. So that is the adventure mode. That is all the new gameplay modes, all the new gameplay features. Please let me know what you are most excited for in the comments down below. I really actually like the desert adventure. The adventure mode is really, really fun, but Turbo Awakening for me is super exciting. The fact that Treasure Arena is now a ranked mode, super exciting. Really excited to see the duos mode and how mentorship works with that as well. So lots of fun stuff here as we've got that Eye of Sauron essentially up in the new home screen here. I do like that. But yeah, let me know what your favorite thing is in the comments. If you like this sort of content, please hit that subscribe button out. It helps me out. It means you don't miss out on any future videos. Hit the thumbs up if you like this specific video. Thanks for watching, and until next time, I'll see you later.